Reasons you need whey protein. Day 15. There are three main types of protein: whey, soy, and casein. Soy protein is the least beneficial for muscle growth, while whey protein is the best. Casein falls in a specific category that is most beneficial if taken before bedtime. Casein digests slowly into the digestive system, so it is used by high-performing athletes and gym goers right before bed to restore muscle replenishment. You see, the peak hours of muscle recovery occur during sleeping hours. Whey and soy protein are not beneficial to take before bed because they are instantly absorbed into the system rather than slowly released over a span of many hours, in the ballpark of around 8 hours. Casein is known to help muscle preservation, meaning it aids in reducing the muscle breakdown that occurs. Hence the reason you want to supplement this before the period when the highest muscle breakdown occurs, during sleep. So that briefly explains casein protein, but what is whey protein? Whey protein. Whey is a product of cheese making. It's the watery part of milk that separates from the curds. WebMD. Whey is known for increasing the protein synthesis rate after exercise, whereas casein is more beneficial to preserve muscle growth. Whey helps to build the most amount of muscle quicker. By increasing the protein synthesis that occurs, whey aids in the muscle binding that happens to repair the micro tears in muscle fibers after workouts. Whey has more leucine, an important branch chain amino acid that plays an essential role in the protein synthesis process. For those who need a refresher on protein synthesis, it is the process whereby biological cells generate new proteins. It is balanced by the loss of cellular proteins via degradation or export. Wikipedia. The two best kinds of whey protein come in the form of whey isolate and whey concentrate. Isolate consists of over 90% protein mixed with a little amount of lactose and fats. Concentrate consists of roughly 80% protein mixed with 20% of fats and lactose. So isolate is better for people who are lactose intolerant because it has less lactose. But if you're really sensitive to lactose, then there's other options where you can go for soy, which won't affect you at all. But whey isolate is pretty much all protein. Furthermore, whey also comes in the form of food such as dairy, meat, nuts, and beans. Although it is somewhat difficult to take in the daily amount of protein needed to promote muscle growth, which is why supplementation is recommended. In conclusion, you should take 30 grams of whey protein supplement immediately after exercise if your goal is to gain as much muscle size and strength as possible. You want to intake the protein via shake rather than in food to ensure you get the proper amount of 30 grams. Remember, the body can only consume 30 grams of protein per hour. The rest gets wasted into the digestive system. You want to take the full 30 grams immediately after working out to aid in the protein synthesis process. This process lasts for hours after exercise, so you can keep the protein synthesis binding active by eating a full meal with protein and carbohydrates a few hours after exercise. So I want to extend on what I just said there because I added carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are important right after exercising to increase the insulin levels and lower the degradation. Okay, without carbohydrates, the insulin isn't going to increase enough to enhance the protein synthesis process. So without carbohydrates and only protein, you're still going to have that muscle binding that takes place, but the carbohydrates aid in maximizing the amount of protein synthesis that occurs. I think that makes sense. So you don't need a lot of carbohydrates. You just need a little bit. Just snack on a little bit with your protein shake, and that'll maximize the gains that you receive from that. Take that supplement immediately after exercise, and then an hour or two after exercising, then you can consume your meal, and that'll keep the protein synthesis active and engaged for a longer duration of time.